Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Selling on Shopify. See a few familiar names that I recognize, but in case you don't know already, my name is Sammy. I am the Events and Education Coordinator here at Goosefoot. So I get to teach these workshops and work with our businesses to help grow that business community. So if you haven't been to a Zoom webinar before, you are welcome to use the chat, but I cannot hear or see you. So please go ahead and type away in the chat. As it says here on screen, please make sure you change the chat option to all panelists and attendees so everyone can see your messages, not just me. And we also have a Q&A function where you can ask a question and it gives me a little pop-up alert that there's a pending question. I will do my best to answer all questions, whether they are in the chat or Q&A during this workshop. So please feel free to use those tools. But today we're going to be talking about Shopify. So Shopify is one of the newer tools of the ones I've been talking about this week, but it's still pretty good and robust. It started out specifically just as an e-commerce tool, and then they added the website builder around it. So all of the other ones we've talked about so far are ways you can make a website and add e-commerce functionality. Shopify did it the other way around. They're offering e-commerce functionality that you can build a website around. Because of that, they are very easy to use and very shop-centric. So let's get into it a little bit. And Shopify does cost you money, though right now they've just extended the normal 2-week free trial to a 3-month free trial. This gives you 3 months to explore and see if you like it and to fully get your shop up online with all of the products and options and design the whole website for 3 months before you ever have to pay them a dime. So you don't have to pay until you're actually ready to launch the site and have it functional. This takes some of the pressure off of getting stuff done right now. The Shopify pricing varies really wildly. The basic monthly Shopify is just $29 a month. It has the e-commerce. It has unlimited products. You only have 2 staff accounts, so only 2 separate accounts can log into your website at a time. There's some other limitations that we can get into later. All the way up to Shopify Advanced, which has a lot of automation. It can calculate all of your shipping for you. It can make you labels. It has follow-up for when people abandon their cart. There's a lot of cool tools that come in the Advanced Shopify, but as you can see, it also comes with a $300 a month price tag, which is outside of the vast majority of your guys' budgets. If even the basic Shopify at $29 a month is too expensive for you, and I will say it is the most expensive of all the ones we have looked at so far, they do have a Shopify Lite, which is only $9 a month. It is just the e-commerce functionality. So it's just your product selling it online. You actually have to have a website somewhere else to tie the Shopify into if you're using Shopify Lite. You can use it only on existing websites. So if you already have WordPress or Squarespace doesn't really integrate with Shopify, but Weebly or Wix or any of those, you can use the Shopify Lite for just $9 a month and then show it on the site you already have. Or you can also use it to sell through Facebook directly so that you don't even have to fuss with the whole website thing. It integrates very well with Facebook especially, but with pretty much everything you could imagine. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up your Shopify products, and then we're going to look a little bit at the website developer. But I am trying to keep this to 45 minutes, including your guys' questions, so let's get started. So I'm in here. One thing I keep forgetting to do for you guys, and I apologize, is I'm going to spotlight my mouse so you can see it a little bit better. So as you can see, they've got the free trial option right here when you go to shopify.com. I'm going to click on login because I already set up my free trial account. But first I'm going to go back to the pricing page so I can show you a little bit more on what the difference between these big 3 are. As you can see, so far they all hold the same things. Usually you cannot do gift cards on the basic, but I do believe during this current COVID-19 crisis, they've actually extended gift cards to everybody's shop. So for the extent of this is going on, I think even this plan, I think, includes gift cards as well. But once this is all over, that functionality will be taken away from you unless you upgrade to the $79 a month or more plan. You get reports in the higher plans. You can customize those reports, and the highest plan, the $300 a month one, as I said, comes with third-party calculated shipping. So it will use your account in FedEx or UPS or USPS to calculate those rates. If you do a lot of shipping, that might be worth the $300 a month for you. You also get a shipping discount. So it will, without the $300 a month, it will use UPS, USPS, and DHL Express to automatically calculate the rates without your business account, which gives you a discount. It just does the regular shipping rates. Shopify does manage to get you up to 64% discount, or if you pay the higher ones, 72% or 74%. All of them, though, you can print the shipping labels. USPS priority mail cubic pricing only goes for the 2 higher accounts. You can see there is additional fees. The processing rates are a little bit lower the higher plan you get. So if you're doing just a few sales a month, I would definitely stick with this lower one. If you are doing a lot of sales and these charges and rates are going to add up quickly, it might be worth looking into upgrading later down the road. Julia asked, does it integrate with Wix and does it integrate with Square for payment options? It does not integrate with Square. I know that for a fact. I looked it up earlier. If you're using Square, I think the only one that integrates with it is WordPress and Squarespace. Shopify does not integrate with Square at this time. It might be coming, but they haven't released anything. I do believe Shopify integrates with Wix. I'm pretty sure I've seen that functionality in there, but I'm not 100% sure. So I would definitely Google it just to make sure. But if you're interested, if you really like the Shopify app, you can use their point of sale system in your store later down the road. On the higher plans, you can even use it basically as a timekeeping system. So you can have staff log in, set up shifts. So that is the main prices. And then, as I said, they have the light option, which is all the way down here at the bottom. That's just $9 a month and you plug it into other sites. So pricing, it's going to really depend on what you need to do. But when you go ahead and set up your site, it's super easy. You just walk in and you tell it what your email is and what you want to name the store, what category you fall into. Really easy, plain language questions. But once you've done, you're going to go ahead and go into your example store as it's set up. And just going to think about it for a second. As you can see here, I think this is probably one of the easiest interfaces to use of all of the ones we have explored so far. Because as I said, it is meant for e-commerce. Its whole function is doing it as easily and as simply for you as it can. So all you have to do is click right here on Add Product, and then you'll get a very understandable form that gives you a place to title the product. I'm going to do example purses I've done the last couple of days. You can type up a description. You can use all sorts of formatting. You can add videos and pictures. So if you have other angles to show off, or if you have a customer testimonial or a video of you putting it in use, feel free to add those as well. You can also link if you have a manual, how to explain how to use the thing, or if you have even more information than is included on this site. All of these are available right here in the description. The next block is your media. So this is where you're going to add your pictures and your videos that show up when people go into the site. So as I've done the last couple of videos, I am going to go ahead and scroll down through my huge volume of download pictures till I find that purse I want to use as an example. You can have lots of pictures if you have it from different angles or out in the wild versus on the shelf. If you have different color options, all that can be added under media. Next block down is pricing. So this is where you're going to price the object. There is an option to do a compare at pricing, which would put the product on sale. So if you want to offer an item for sale, like it gives you that option. Do not feel pressured to do a sale at all. People already understand that you need help right now. They don't necessarily need to get the deals for it. They just need to help you. This box here, this cost per item, lets you track how well something is doing for your business. So customers never ever see this. This is just for your own internal reports. So say I buy this purse from the producer at $120 a month, or an item, but I sell it at $150. That would give me the chance to see that I have a 20% margin on this product specifically with a $30 profit per sale. This can help you track what ones you might be able to offer a discount on, which ones you should maybe look at and see if you're actually making any money on it. So keep an eye on this. You can also decide per item if you are going to charge tax. Most items are taxable. Obviously, you know your business better than I do, though, and some might be exempt from tax, such as some certain items of food. So inventory lets you enter the SKU if you have it. Same with barcodes. It's all just tracking your own inventory. You can track the quantity, which means you can set there are only X number available. This can change constantly if you need it to. You can also continue selling it when it's out of stock if you want to allow back orders. If you have an unlimited amount of the item, say it's a downloadable file or a gift card or something, and there's no limit to how many people could purchase it, you can go ahead and unclick that track quantity. But I'm going to set the quantity at 3 just for this example. So when you scroll down to the next box that says shipping, you can see it defaults to this is a physical product, which will then prompt you to enter the weight. I'm going to say it's 3 pounds. But if you uncheck that, that goes away because nothing is actually going to be shipped to them. It could be a downloadable product or a subscription or something like that. You can tell people where the product was manufactured. I'm going to say this was done in, I don't know, India. And if there is a harmonized system code, you'll get this from the manufacturer. You can enter it there, or you can absolutely leave it blank. And then the last box here, well, second to last box, offers you variant options. So this is your color, your size, as it said, the prompts here are material, style, title, but you can make options whatever you want them to be. So if it's customizable or maybe it comes with a special gift or anything like that, you can create whatever option you need. Excuse me, I might sneeze in a second. But I'm going to stick with color for now, and I'm going to do purple. And as soon as you either hit enter or a comma, it cuts it off into a new option. So I'm going to purple, pink, green, and black. Down here is where you can set differences for each variant. So if the black cost more than the purple does, I could change that right here. You can also set that I have a set quantity of each color offering. If they have variant SKUs or if they have variant barcodes, you can enter that in those settings as well. Would harmonized box be used for ingredients or supplies when you purchased ingredients? They definitely could be if you have the HS code for it. And then the last box on the page, it lets you edit how it's going to show up in search engines. That's what search engine optimization is. So it defaults to the name of the product, the URL for it, and the short description I typed. But if I want to change how that looks on a search engine, it gives me that option here. I want to go ahead and leave it as default. We're going to scroll back up just to make sure I checked the sidebar as well. So I can change where it's available. Say I had a Shopify store and I want to sell on Facebook, but this product is really exclusive and I don't want it to be available on Facebook. I could change that within this manage setting. Down here under organization, I can put it into certain product types. I can assign it to certain vendors. So say this was a Gucci purse. It's clearly not, but say it was, I could put Gucci under vendor so that people could see who originally produced it if I did not. Once again, all of these fields you can leave completely blank if it does not apply to your business or the product. You can also add it to collections, which are certain categories on the site. So you can group your products under collections for easy looking on your store. If you feel like using that box is right here. And then you can also tag it with certain things, which makes finding things similar to it very easy to do. So once you've set all the options you need to, you're going to go ahead and click save in the very top right corner. And then boom, now you have your item set up. If I click preview, I can see what the item would look like for people who come to into my store. So there's that nice pretty big picture that I uploaded. There's the title, the price, and the description, and then the drop-down selection for the color that I set up. Then I can click either add to cart or buy it now. Add to cart would let me continue shopping for other things. Buy it now would immediately take me to checkout so that I don't have to keep clicking around on the site to find things. So that's what an example page looks like. This might look very different depending on what sort of theme you pick for your Shopify store. So as you can see, it's very easy to set up products. Now I have it in my list. I can add more. I can import if I already have a content management system or a spreadsheet or Square in your store that has a list of all of your products. You can import that spreadsheet into Shopify and it will pull the data for you. Or you can also, once you have it all set up, say you're comfortably on Shopify, and later down the road you want to add a new point of sale system, or you want to put them into an inventory management system, or you even want to move to a different e-commerce platform, you can export your portfolio of products at any time by just clicking the export button on the products page. So, as you can see, they have also opened up gift cards to every single business, no matter what plan you have. They understand that purchasing gift cards is very important at this time. So gift cards is an option under products so that you can set up your gift cards. Let's see, Julia asked, suppose I use Square at trade shows but cannot on Shopify. Is there a reason that would be difficult for me or customers or more costly? No, you can use Square at trade shows. You can use Shopify on your website. The only reason it might be more difficult for you is that you now have two systems to track both your inventory. So say you were at a trade show during the weekend and you did very well and you sold all of a certain product and you forgot to go in and show it as sold out on your Shopify. So somebody might buy it on Shopify even though you don't have any more in stock. That can make it a little bit difficult for you because then you just have to refund the online store and be like, I'm sorry, we're actually sold out, or back order, whatever works best for your business. That's the biggest time that can be tricky. But for the vast majority of time, it's pretty easy to have two separate systems, one for in-person and one for online. It also can be a little bit tricky just for accounting purposes, but both Square and Shopify make it very easy to download your reports and put it into your accounting software, whether that's QuickBooks or whether that's sending it to your accountant. So the only thing it might be trickier for you to manage is just remembering that you have 2 separate platforms to manage now, and it kind of duplicates the effort of keeping your stock updated. But it is not difficult for the customer at all to have 2 separate platforms that they might have to go through. So I hope that helped. If you click under products, if you click on inventory, again, you can see your entire inventory actually broken down, not by product, but by all of the variants. So you can very quickly edit information on it. You can edit the quantity available. Transfers help you record supplies coming in from suppliers or other locations. Say you have your physical store and you have a warehouse that is the garage of your house, you could use transfers to track where products actually are located. It takes, effort for you to set up, but it can help you streamline the business process farther down the road. So transfers is a pretty cool system. Customers lets you track data about your customers. So when they place the order, what they ordered, how frequently they order, all of this information that helps you write better newsletters, connect with your customers better, and offer them better, more personalized service. Analytics you'll see on pretty much any website you could ever be on, but it tracks, what sales you have, how many customers come back, how people use your store and your website, and where they go. So analytics are good just to keep your business improving. You can download reports for sales, acquisitions, all of these finances that will help either improve your business or keep your accountant happy. Marketing helps you find your customers and target them better on Facebook or Google. So you can tie those systems together so that you can reach the people who are actually spending money with you and encourage them to continue spending money, or reach people who are like the people who have spent money with you, because they're more likely to also want to spend money with you. You can set up campaigns within Shopify that work for these other platforms as well. You can also automate things. So when people look within certain tags, when they leave your site without buying anything, you can set up, you automatically send them an email or a pop-up with a coupon code to maybe entice them to come back and complete the sale. So those are some pretty cool things that are built into the system that the other platforms I showed you, you would have to pay more money to get access to those. So that is a bonus point on Shopify's part. You can also use the discount tab to add coupon codes and discounts for loyal customers or certain events. And then you can also see what apps they integrate with. There's an order printer if you want to print packing slips or invoices or labels. You can set up a product review system so that people could review your products on your website. You can see there's a ton of different apps in their store. I'm not going to go through all of them, but if there's something you want to do and base Shopify does not allow it, there is probably an app for it in the store. So go ahead and look through this, search if you need to, but check it out. This is a brand new one they just added, no contact delivery, so that if you are offering curbside pickup or delivery, you can install that and let people select no contact delivery. So you will either leave it on their porch or leave it, somewhere outside they can grab, or they don't actually have to interact with you physically. And that's just one example. There's literally thousands of things in here. So make sure you get that a look. At the bottom of the page is this category called sales channels, which lets you set up where your products are actually going to show up. I went ahead and set up an online store because I'm trialing the regular full Shopify account. I selected the narrative theme, but there's a whole theme library, and themes, if you don't know, are how your site appears, what it visually looks like. So there's a whole bunch of options in the free theme library. As you can see, some of them are a little basic, some of them are very pretty, some of them are going to appeal to you, some of them are not. So go ahead and take a look and see what you like. You can select one of these if you like them, but if you don't see any, as you can see, this free theme library is very limited. There's only 8 options. So if you don't like any of those, you can also go to the paid theme store as well. There are way more than 10 in here, but they will cost you a little bit of extra money. So you can see some of them are, upwards of $180. Some of them are cheaper, but lots of options in here. Looks very different than the free ones. So if you don't like any of them, go ahead and look at the theme store. You might have to pay a little bit extra, but as far as I know, that is a one-time fee, not a recurring cost. Once you set up your theme, that's when you're able to customize your site, which is this big blue customize button. And this is how you can fiddle with, what pictures do you want where, and how do you want your title to show up, and what pages do you want to include, such as an about me or a return policy or a privacy policy if you want to sell in Europe. There's a whole bunch of blocks here, as you can see, image with text, slideshow, talk about your product, gallery, testimonials, and all of these you would just need to click and drag to where on the page you want it to be. So as you can see, I want this all the way at the top. That's where I'm going to put it. Oh wait, no, I want it under the slideshow, so I'm going to leave that alone. You can fiddle as you need to. You can preview it. You can also change the colors and the type. I want a different font. I don't like this one. I want the cart to be a different color. I want to add my social icons so that people can very easily find me on Facebook or Instagram. The favicon is this little tiny icon up in the top of the navigation. As you can see, it defaults to the little green Shopify bag, but I want it to be my logo. You can change it right there, and you can change how the checkout looks. Background image, add a logo, all of that. Great order summary. You can control completely how the site looks within the bounds of the theme you chose. If you start working and you're like, I actually don't like how this looks, try a different theme. There's also paid options. You can pay them to help you set up your site. Obviously, that can be a little tough if you're trying to get a site together on a budget, but it is there if you just get so frustrated and you're like, I don't know what to do anymore. There are people you can pay to help you do this. These little icons here at the top also let you choose how it looks on your screen. So I want to see how it would look full width. I want to see how it would look on a computer, but have my controls on the side here, or I want to see how it looks on a phone. These are very important to look at to make sure images aren't getting cut off weirdly or sized strangely. So as you can see, the website builder is fairly easy to use, but a lot more basic than the other sites we looked at so far. Because again, the focus on this site, even though it offers you the option to build a site around your store, that's not its function. Its focus is building a really good store, and then offers you the option to build a site around it to help improve that. You can also add blogs, blog posts if you want to talk about what you're up to or what your shop is doing. You can add certain pages. You can fiddle with the navigation. You can set up a custom domain. All of these settings. So that's Shopify. It's very easy to walk through. It tells you how to do everything. There's a huge amount of help. You can do test orders to see what it actually looks like for your customers when they buy something. Add a shipping policy. It walks you through what you need to do on your site to have it be the best it can be. And there's a huge library of help available on the site as well. I know we've only been here for about 30 minutes, but that is everything I had to show you. As I said, it's a much simpler system to use than the other ones we've talked about in the show, in these workshops so far, but that makes it easier for you to get started. So, do you guys have any specific questions for me, or should we wrap this up early? Seems like there's no more questions. I'm going to go ahead and hang around for a little while in case any of you have specific questions for me. Go ahead and put those in the chat. But for now, I'm going to close off my camera. I'm going to shut my mic off, and I will just be answering questions in the chat. But if you have no more questions, you're free to go about your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you at future workshops.